Hello everyone, we're going to get to a thorn in the side known as Nintendo DS emulation. We have our Mega Drive Mini connected to the PC. We're going to power it on, and in the bottom left, it is offline right now. You got to be patient, and it'll go into the online mode activate, SSH mode connected. And while we're doing that, we're going to go to the modules, install extra modules, and the updated cores, once I post the release, will be under KMFD's mod hub. But for right now, I just have the work in progress ones in my user mods folder. So install extra modules. You're going to have one of two Nintendo DS DraStic cores you can install, depending on which respective mini classic you are using at any given time. You're going to have one for the Mega Drive Mini, and one for the SNES NES Mini. It is best optimization-wise to use the one for your respective system. And on the cores, I'm going to have a thing here which says, scroll down below for more details. So, of course, you can just scroll down for more details. And it says right here, this build is primarily recommended for Mega Drive Mini users as it is mapped with D-pad BALR in mind. Analog is not currently mapped since they can vary depending on controller for the Mega Drive Mini. And then there we go. To remap the analog controls and or change menu options, simply tap the start button on second controller. And right here, avoid saving configuration for all games, as you may then need to FTP to your Mini to delete bad configuration files. I'm going to show you what I mean by FTP right now. I have the system in online mode activate, SSH connected. We're going to go to tools, FTP client. And say, for instance, I did accidental save of all of the DraStic configuration, and I have all games working really against the grain, swimming up the grain, salmon up the stream and such. We're in FTP mode activate, and you might notice that Mad Monkey did a little bit of a joke here. We have our standard 169.254, but 1337, which is leet. So it's leet hackers code activate. You can go down, and there's going to be a DraStic in your main folder. You can delete that. And then you can go into the etc. DraStic, and you're going to go to the config folder. And these are the ones that I overrid saved by themselves. I can delete these or back them up to my computer. This one here, you cannot delete unless you uninstall it. You don't even touch that one for now. So I'm deleting these. And I had a bad configuration because I did save games all on purpose just to potentially see how things go out. But now that's all good to go. I'm going to go to modules, install extra modules. And I'm actually going to install the DraStic core, Mega Drive Mini here. Bam. Let's get it installed right there. And let's see if we can get our too long to reboot here, because I'll show you what to do if you do get too long to reboot. It happens usually if you have something like a VPN, firewall, virus protection, Wi-Fi on certain computers, and myriad of other reasons. But a lot of times it's because you have too many processes running. Like if you did Control-Delete and you're using like 99.9999% of your computer, CPU, task manager, and such, then it might take longer to reboot. We're good to go though, because I'm not doing anything crazy right now. So that installed, fine. Okay, so I have the new DraStic on there, and we're going to be running entirely with a D-pad. Yes, it is configured for a D-pad, and I have my hard drive, which I'm going to connect, and we're going to boot this up and test it out right now. Okay, now we're officially booting up the Mega Drive Mini, and we're going to look in the top left, knock, extreme virtual RAM mode, activate 88 miles per hour, which is also going to go out in the release. It'll help out with DraStic, as well as Nintendo 64 and other various cores, including Dreamcast. We're going to load up Gauntlet DS, which is an unreleased game. It's 100% completed, but for some reason, it was never released. I mean, they really need to get this game out. It's so cool of a game. Thank you, Black Sunshine, for bringing this to my attention. And the screen orientation is a little bit ass backwards right now, which I'll show you once I get in game. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do the menu, because again, have a second controller connected. And again, I'm using my PlayStation Classic controller, which you can barely see because I have the lights off. I'm going to go to single player. And you can typically, I'll do a new game here. I can choose between Warrior, Wizard, Valkyrie, and Elf. I like how Gauntlet Dark Legacy had additional characters as well, like a Jester and such. But we're going to pick the Elf because I like the fast-paced characters like Thieves and Elves in these type of games. Plus, Elves and games can generally like detect traps as well. We're going to go into the game here, and you're going to notice the screen orientation is completely ass backwards, but once I'm in game, I can fix that with the menu on controller number 2. And like I said, my Gauntlet Legacy goes all the way back to the original Atari 2600, 7800, all that fun stuff. But you might notice it's all completely ass backwards right now, so I'm going to put start button on controller number 2, change options. For most games, you're going to want to have frame skip type to automatic 2, because if you play New Super Mario Brothers without these on right here, it's going to run slow as molasses. But for this particular game, you can disable completely. So none for this game. And if you haven't set to none, the frame skip value will be negated completely. And then on top of that, you can do your screen orientation depending on game. Vertical would be your 2 screens, top to bottom, like now. If you do horizontal, it'll actually have them left to right. And then, of course, you can do single screen, which I'll show you for a brief moment here. But I'm not going to be playing it this way. But it is very, very cool if you're playing Castlevania with a map. You can completely negate the map and have full screen mode activate for the action. Kind of like playing the original Metroid on NES without using a map whatsoever versus playing a game like that on DS and having a map. Like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, etc. But I'm going to go to exit without saving. Again, do not do it for all games because you can mess everything up. Like, I can make it where it gets stuck to none too. On all games, the New Super Mario Bros. Would not be playable whatsoever. So I'm going to go exit without saving for now. Return the game. I have a single screen here, which I could play this way, but I'd rather have it to the vertical orientation as I decided to do it. So I'm going to put it back to vertical. And then on top of that, I'm going to go to another thing here. Go way, way down. You're going to see a little option that says screen swap. And what that's going to do is basically take the top and bottom or left and right and flip-flop them. So I'm going to go to yes. And again, don't do this on most games, because most games you're not going to need to. Like Contra is going to work fine as is, Castlevania fine as is, but this game here, you might want to do it. And you might need to do a screen swap if you want to switch which screen is doing the essential single screen thing. And you can do this as a toggle too. You can actually program the screen swap to a single button on your controller and just tap like the select button on your controller and go flip-flop, 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 back and forth. But we're going to go to exit without saving again. And we're going to go to return the game. And now we got a better rendition here. This is awesome. And it looks like they definitely used a little bit of a rule guidebook from Castlevania here. Skeleton has been added to the bestiary. And by having the frame skip set to 0 for this game, the refresh rate is nice. And look, you can do a rotation here as well. Check this out. This is really cool. You can actually rotate the screen with the L and R button. Look at that. That's awesome. Depending on which way you want to play it. Okay, yes, it definitely has a little bit of Castlevania parameters here. Let's take out these monster generators. Oh no! Red Elf needs help badly! And there's an interesting story with Midway, should we say, Atari, the original makers of Gauntlet. It was actually on Nintendo. When I had my Nintendo Power, they had an issue where Tengen was actually Atari disguised, but Nintendo liked to basically charge $10 to companies per cartridge to manufacture the cartridge for them, but some companies, like Color Dreams, we know Color Dreams, the unlicensed games, but Tengen did it as well, as did Ultra Games. Ultra Games was pretty much Konami in disguise, because there's not only the fact that Nintendo charged $10 per cartridge, but they also like to limit how many games they can release per year. Like, I believe it was like 3 or 4 games per year. So if Konami had like Super C out and they want to put another game like Metal Gear Snake's Revenge, they would have to do it under a guise of a different subdivision company, which would essentially be Ultra Games. And they did Defender of the Crown, TMNT, etc. under that guise. But Tengen was kind of cool, because what happened with Tengen is they actually pretended people from Atari posed as patent owners and went and got the copyright patent, should we say, so they could know how the technology was for cartridges, circumnavigate it, and circumvent it, and basically make their cartridges themselves. Nintendo got wind of this and pretty much took them to court, and they won, but then they worked out an agreement, and then games like Tengen Tetris and of course Gauntlet were re-released with licensed seal of approval on them. And what was the seal of approval anyway? I mean, didn't Athena have seal of approval, and that wasn't really the best game? There's a funny list online called Sean Baby's Top 20 Worst Games of All Time, and for Nintendo, and they have games like Athena, Deadly Towers, etc. And still, I like the company that made Athena. I mean, fun company nonetheless. But Athena has always been a tough game because she has such a short window of attack. Here's our switch to open that little gate there. A door has opened there. There we go. And we can actually take a shortcut back down. We could have come up this way, but then we wouldn't have got our meat stick there. But this game was awesome. Thank you, Black Sunshine. And by fixing the refresh rate by turning frame skip off, we're good to go. And you can vary it per game. And I'd recommend only doing exit without saving. That way when you leave and come back, it'll be defaulted. That way you don't hit the FTP like I did at the beginning of the video. But yes, this is entirely with a Mega Drive Mini right now, using a D-pad, LR, B, and A, so it's working out quite nicely. You should be able to use your 6-button, 3-button Genesis controllers as well, and easily enough get into the mapping by tapping start button on your second controller, but you get it plugged into port number 2. But this is an awesome game. Maybe we'll try another game out real quick. We're gonna exit here. We can actually push select and start together to exit. And I might change the shortcut, but select and start is to exit right now. And we're back in the main menu. Let's see what else we have here. We have Contra 4. We'll try Contra 4 for a brief moment. Oh, my beloved Contra 4, made by WIP Technologies. I mean, they also made Batman Brave and the Bold, as well as DuckTales Remastered. Such an impeccable company. I mean, so awesome. And this right here, Contra 4, is a love letter to other Contra games. It has elements of Super C, Contra, and of course Shattered Soldier, the Game Boy games, Alien Wars, and of course Shattered Soldier. And let's try this out for a brief moment. We'll do hard mode activate here. And remember, I warned you not to do save game all configuration. I'll show you why exactly once we start the game here. We're going to try it out at hard difficulty for a brief moment here, because we want to be masochists today. But say, for instance, how I did the screen flop, should we say, for Gauntlet. If I would have done it here, this would be reversed. I'll show you what I mean. And we're going to go to the options here with the start button on controller 2. Change options. See, we have our automatic set to 2 here because we didn't save it on Gauntlet for all games. We didn't save it at all. We exited and left the default parameters intact. But if we go back to screen swap right here and change it to yes, and this is exactly the same setting for Gauntlet, watch what happens. It's going to be completely messed up for masochists here. Everything's reversed. We can't play like this. So we're going to go back to the options here. Change options. We're going to go back to screen swap for no. So, in indication-wise here, I would recommend, unless you're 110% certain of what you want to save for any given game, exit without saving, and then you're safe. And you don't have to worry about reinstalling or doing FTP, etc. But if you know for a fact, and you play the game a few times, you know exactly what settings you want for the game, you can save for this game. If things get messed up, you might have to FTP and or install DraStic again. But we have it back to square one here, so we're going to exit without saving, return the game, and again, you can also go to options, cheats, etc. I mean, you can do 99 lives, infinity lives, etc. for cheats there. But we're going to try to play this game in hard mode activate and try to get a couple enemies out of the way. This is going to be insane! Whoa! I'm probably not going to make it very far. We need our strike gun here. We can pause that classic Konami pause there. Oh, yeah. And I'm still going to do a little bit of reconfiguration here. I don't want the F gun. It's not like the BFG in other games. It's actually really difficult to use. We need our strike gun here. These enemies are just non-stop right now. This is insane. Oh, jeez. We need our strike gun. Oh, we're going to make it anywhere? Whoa. I'll be lucky to make it even like 10 feet without losing life here. This will be an amazing two-player mode activate game without a doubt. We'll try maybe one more game here. And I love the grandiose scheme of this game where you even have like grappling hooks. Look at it. It's awesome. Spider Commando. Hell yeah. What Contra game has a grappling hook? Whoa, we don't want the machine gun. You can also switch between weapons there, which I forgot to do, but we're going to still go with the flow right now. And I got my grappling hook again. I love the way the screen rotates here. Check this out. Yeah, I got hit mid-air. My game's almost over already. Bam! I gotta continue here. Where am I gonna continue at? You can see this is absolutely insane on hard mode activate. Be a masochist. We're gonna exit the game. We'll try one more game out. What do we have? Oh, we're actually gonna do one of my absolute favorite games of all right now. We'll go up to Trackmania. We got New Super Mario Brothers, and we're gonna see how this runs real quick, and then Trackmania is our final game. And again, we didn't change anything. We're leaving it at the default parameters for the install of the update, and our screen swap is fine as is. And I'm using my D-pad controller, PlayStation Classic controller, and I'm going to show you exactly where the game would typically lag up really tremendously. If you have frame skip off, right here, it would lag tremendously. It'd be absolutely unplayable right when he runs across the screen. Just check it out. You'll see a very minor lag. Just check it out. He'll come back and do it in a moment here. Okay, he's going to come back. And this is where the frame skip tremendously helps out. Just watch. Right there, it would lock up and become a slideshow normally. See, it's actually a little bit better there. It cleans it up. Now we're going to play the game for a brief moment here. Oh, hell yeah. Then we do Trackmania as our final game. But yes, a great majority of games are being run by default with your Mega Drive Mini DraStic update here. And check this out. We're going to do that full screen right now because I'm not worried about the bottom there. Change options. And we're going to go to the full screen right here. Vertical, horizontal, single screen. Actually, without saving. Return the game. There we go. Look at that, guys and gals. That's what I'm talking about. You can do this on Trackmania as well. See how beautiful this is? This is the way it's meant to be. And when I exit the game, it's not going to matter because it's not saving. I did not save the setting, so it'll be fine when I exit the game. And this is going to make it even better when we get that full-size Mario. Oh, spoiler alert! I forgot to tell you, spoiler alert for those of you who've never played this game, but just check it out for yourself here. Ah, geez, that ain't gonna matter. I need to get this actually, let's try this one more time. Oh yeah, I'm still gonna get it. Yeah. Not like where you don't get your firepower if you end up on getting the second mushroom in Mario. Let's check this out here. You can't actually shoot fireballs at small Mario if you actually land on Bowser at the same time as he hits you with a fireball, which is a nice little trick in the game. But yes, this game's run pretty damn awesome, and I missed my second free life there. Oh yeah. And again, when I exit, it's going to be back to per normal here. So I'm going to exit. Again, I did the single screen there on vertical, horizontal, single screen. We're screening on games like Trackmania, and of course this. Now we're going to go to another game, which I'm a big, big fan of. We'll do the same thing on this game, Trackmania Turbo. And I played the European version of this for over a decade before it became more renowned in the United States. And I love the PS4 version as well, Trackmania Turbo. And by the way, this is a different Mad Monkey. This is just a random occurrence here. Mad Monkey showing up in this. This is a completely different Mad Monkey. You'll see what I mean in a moment here. Firebrand. Obviously, somebody's a fan, of course, of the original Ghosts and Goblins games. Firebrand. Let's check this out here. Play this game, and you can do like a single player race, puzzle, platformer, quick race. And we'll start with the race here. And you have to actually earn enough medals to unlock the extreme mode. Yes, you can do extreme mode into it, but right now we can only do practice mode. We'll do Stadium A here, and we're gonna try going to full screen on this one. I mean, love this music here. It sounds so awesome. Change options, and we're gonna go to screen orientation because we did not save the game, and we'll try going to single screen. It should be fine. And we're gonna go to exit without saving here. Return the game. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This sounds like a real song right now, doesn't it? I can't say how much I just love this game. If you ever played like Trials HD, this game is so much like Trials HD. And you can try to get the highest score you can, like try to go for the gold, platinum, etc. And I should have a gold here, I believe. Gold! I got a gold medal.